Well,
and we're back.
Welcome back, friends. So we have such a good episode this week. I'm so excited about it. It is officially 2025.
It is.
We made it. So we are talking about all the exciting news and happenings, changes coming to the parks in 2025. Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
But we really get into it in this episode, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. See you soon.
Happy 2025, hon.
Happy 2025!
Wow.
We've made it.
We made it. Wow.
Yeah.
What a year.
What a year indeed, and it's barely begun. Yeah. What are you excited about this year?
I mean, I don't even know. I mean, Disney-wise or life-wise?
We can start with life-wise. Go broad.
I'm excited to move.
Yes.
I am
Hopefully near
moving.
me, honey.
Hopefully near my baby. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
To be close by, able to record more content, hopefully.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. So that's probably the big thing. What about you?
That's a really good one. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to keeping this going because I've had a lot of fun with it so far.
Same.
And I want to keep the business going and get some new styling clients in. So I'm looking forward to that. I have some that I'm working with in the new year already. So it feels good to have things on the horizon to look forward to when there's nothing but horrors out in the world. So
yeah.
Yeah.
As Bowen says in the deleted scene in Wicked, we've been through.
We really
We've been
have.
through.
Yeah, we really have been through, honey. But it's good to have things to look forward to.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
Yeah.
we can only really go up, right?
Well, listen, I've gotten into the habit of like never asking the universe how much worse could it get, because
then
it really always can.
Wow, we're so negative right now.
Well, then let's think about happy thoughts.
Happy thought. Think of a wonderful thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, like Disney, I mean, that's
Yeah.
exciting. There's a lot happening in 2025.
So
this year.
much.
Well, I mean, comparatively to other years, maybe not so much, but like still some fun things.
Cool
on the
things,
horizon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some winners and some not so big.
Not so great.
Yeah. But still cool.
Yeah.
Always love, I mean, listen, it's the same thing as always. It's like Disney World will never be finished. It's always in a state of becoming.
As long as there's imagination left in the world.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a big construction year, like a lot of dirt moving, I think, which is honestly exciting. I love to see it. You know, make way for new things. I'm very...
Depending on the new
Well,
thing.
depending. I mean, there's, like we said earlier, there's scary things. But
not my favorite.
yeah.
I mean, what would you say is like your big banner? Like, if there's like a single thing that you're like, this is the big thing that's coming this year that I can't wait for. I have a feeling I know what yours is, but I'm curious.
The big thing. Let me look at my list. Oh, yeah, of course. I bet you could guess, honestly. I didn't even have to, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the parade?
Of course.
Yeah, so
a nighttime
cool.
parade.
Well,
like,
talk about
please.
it. Tell me.
Okay, so Starlight. What is it? Dream the night away, or
Dream on with
big,
Starlight.
Dream on with the Starlight.
Starina.
Miss Starina. Yeah, no, I mean, listen. Magic Kingdom has been in need of a nighttime parade. I mean,
Totally.
what? I don't even remember when my favorite
Spectro Magic.
went away. But
2010.
2010. Okay, so
I did the research after our episode.
So it's been 15 years. Wait, did you watch it?
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You like strangled me through the thing.
I mean, it is like, it's a weird parade. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's
no, I read the Wikipedia article.
What did it say?
I mean, it's a lot of like Fantasia, which I get.
It's a lot
That's
of
why
Fantasia.
it's weird. Like,
and also, there's like these alien creatures that like lead the parade.
the Spectros.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell they are, but like they're kind of
Something.
scary. But it's fun, you know. They have like glowing masks of light, which is kind of creepy. As a child, I remember being a little taken aback, freaked out. But it's really good.
Yeah,
really great. Anyway, so obviously, the new nighttime parade is my.
I mean, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I know that it's just concept art, but I feel like from the concept art, the characters and stories that they're focusing on are a really nice mix. Like, you got some classics,
Old and new.
Peter Pan, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Love to see that. But then also some of the new
sorry.
favorites.
My cats are running amok. Oh my god!
Chaos in the menagerie.
Get down!
Listen, this is what we're here for. This stuff happens.
Well,
it's okay.
it's only when there's company here that they act up like this.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Listen, I think to get back into it, I think what I'm excited about is I like
y'all need to sit down. Oh my god, look at his tail. It's so puffed up. Kevin!
Don't make me get the hose!
Kevin.
Wow.
Kevin is so bad.
We're in a menagerie, actually.
We are.
There's literally three animals just like running around.
Oh, and there's an ornament on the floor.
Good.
Great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So the parade. Literally. I am excited because I love Peter Pan. Mm-hmm. I know you love Peter Pan. I think that's lends itself very well to like a electrical parade vibe.
Absolutely.
And I think there's some Frozen stuff in it.
Frozen and Kanto.
Which are their new moneymaker cash cows. So like, of course. Yeah. I love that though. So I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting. Maybe Coco or something.
Coco's probably in it. I feel like they love.
Which I mean, I love it too, honey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I love that. I think it'll be nice because what you need at Magic Kingdom is stuff that just like, you know, disperses crowds through that park and gives people places to go.
Tell me about it.
So it's like, give some people a chance to focus on like a parade during this thing so that wait times on rides can go down during that time in the evening before fireworks or whenever it's going to be. Like,
have people sit down along Main Street, along like the Frontierland parade route.
Yes, yeah.
Get them out of the hub. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that'll be good. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I feel like that's like a fun... I mean, look, we have the water pageant or whatever, which if you haven't seen it in a while, it is very cute.
I mean, not in a long time, but that was like a very fun memory as a child.
Yeah, it's fun. I did several years ago. I went for a birthday trip with my husband, and we did that fireworks dessert ferry. That's like you take one of the ferry boats that they take you to from the GTC.
Yeah.
But
from the Grand Flow.
Yes, but it just is like a cruise around the lagoon. So you literally just like ride around. And like fireworks go off, you can see the fireworks from there, but also it's through the like parade and the pageant in the water, so you can literally see like the barges go by and everything.
Yeah,
and you can drink champagne.
Curious,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. So I love it. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff, and I mean, you, Mr. Tokyo Disney, you saw the like electrical parade there.
Oh, the electrical parade there is like next level.
Second.
I mean, honestly, their parades in general, even their daytime parade, I haven't like gotten like feels from a parade in a very long time, and honestly, the daytime parade in Tokyo Disney gave me all the feels. It was like amazing. The floats are like double the size. Like they're huge.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The electrical parade, fantastic. I got one of the like little spots that you could literally like pay for, a seat along the parade route.
Yeah.
And like everybody's just sitting so
polite. Wow, imagine that.
Sit in a square.
Yeah.
And
do they like tape it off on the ground?
Yeah, they do. They have little markings on the ground. It's great.
Oh my God,
so organized.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's my number one. What's yours?
I mean, that's a really good one. For me, I'm torn, but I bet you could guess too.
The Pirate Tavern.
Close. That's up there. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Not at Magic Kingdom.
Test Track? No.
No.
Definitely not.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I'm excited about the shows coming to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, I mean, okay.
The Villain Show and The Little Mermaid.
Oh, The Little Mermaid.
Come on.
Stupid.
Please. I'm so excited about that. I think that'll be fun. I mean, first of all.
Okay. I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, get into it.
I'm all for a new Little Mermaid show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, that whole area of Hollywood Studios needs to be demolished and rebuilt into something else.
Girl.
And I just feel like, why put something brand new into this theater when they could really just put it in a different theater somewhere else in the park and redo that area? So, that makes me feel like we're not getting anything new there for a long time.
Yeah.
But I am excited. Yeah, exactly. But I am excited for the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm bummed that it didn't happen this year, but I get that they're probably trying to spread the wealth a little bit into 2025, exactly for the reason that you said, because they're like, look, it's probably not the most like spectacular year. They don't have any huge marquee attraction opening, but it was originally supposed to open in 24. It was supposed to be the fall of 24, and then they pushed it to 25. But they did a whole little preview. Like they posted on social media. You've seen some of like the puppets Under the Sea. Mm-hmm. I've seen some of the costume renderings. It look very cool. So, I mean, listen, I'm like ride or die for the Little Mermaid, so I'm sure I will love it. Like, you know, it'll be fun. Like,
it'll be fun.
It's fine. And I also love the Disney villains. So I'm like, great. Like, give me some more shows. Yeah. Like, I like being able to have stuff to do, especially because in Hollywood studios, honey, there's nowhere else to get, like, shade, air conditioning, relief from the, like, blistering sunshine. Like, none of those lands have, like, tree cover, places to be able to, like, sit down. Like, so I'm happy to have another show.
Yeah, no, I am too. I think it'll be a good, like, tester for, like, how, you know, the public responds to, like, villains and, like, you know, they're probably doing that because the Villains Land is coming in the future. So that's exciting. But, again, I'm also, like, that theater, why don't they just, like, since the Muppets are now moving to Rock and Roller Coaster, why don't they do a whole new, like, Muppets area?
Yeah.
Since they're demolishing the old, you know, I just...
Yeah, it's like we're, like, robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Right,
like, exactly. It's just so weird. Like,
exactly.
And I just feel like that's been the vibe of Hollywood studios for years. They're like, let's sort of like knock this thing down that's pretty beloved and people really like it, and we'll replace it with something that is cool, but we could have just kept both.
Yeah.
And like made it a new thing instead of trying to reskin this
That's
old
definitely
thing.
The vibe.
Like, I love Runaway Railway, but I miss the Great Movie Ride. Like,
I agree. But I do love Medina.
But it's like that kind of stuff. It's like, that's what I'm... You know, like, I don't know, like the Muppets, I'm not a diehard Muppets girl.
See,
I know people who are.
I love the Muppets. Like, every time I go to Hollywood Studios, I will be going to the Muppets.
Respect.
Like, I love it. You know,
but like making them the Rock and Roller Coaster, don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm fine with Aerosmith going.
Oh, whatever, yeah, no, but I think that's going to be a good update, but again, I mean, if we're going to do that, like, why not utilize the theater next to Rock and Roller Coaster? Maybe do an update to, like, the Muppets 3D, like, whatever. You know, I mean, I think that would be amazing. And kind of a no-brainer, but...
Listen, I'm just happy to see Cars go the way of the dodo.
Just...
Until they come back. Horrible. Anyway. Indeed.
Okay, so that was... Okay, where are we? Villains, we talked about Little Mermaid, Beyond Big Thunder. I mean, construction for the Tropical Americas is beginning.
Exciting stuff.
New Encanto ride coming. We'll likely, obviously, not see that until 2026, 2027. Honestly, probably 2027.
Yeah.
So this, I think they're literally breaking ground like this month because I think Dinorama closes this month.
Yeah, they're still promoting the like get your last rides of Dinosaur in and all of that. Which,
but I think Dinosaur is staying for the whole year of 2025.
Yeah,
they're going to do like a phased construction.
Right.
Which. Honestly, I'm very excited for all of that, all of the newness in Animal Kingdom. It's time. It's already one of my favorite parks, but I think, you know, it just needs some love in.
Yeah.
It needs to be more of like a full day park. Like, you know, you could literally hit up everything in 2 hours there.
Yeah.
If you're smart about your day.
Yeah.
But, and I do love Dinosaur, but I much prefer like an Indiana Jones, like the Disneyland Indiana Jones is next level, obviously incredible. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good update.
Yeah,
and it's a new story.
Yeah, I love it. I think it'll be fun. One of the other things that Disney Parks blog was talking about that's coming is the new Zootopia show.
Oh yeah,
in the Tree of Life. I've never done. It's tough to be
about. Haven't? I love it. I love the 3D shows. I feel like that's where. I really love them.
That's okay, honey.
Listen, It's Tough to Be a Bug was a great show. At the time, it had literally the like most state of the art animatronic, the grasshopper.
Right.
At the time,
Kevin Spacey.
Rip. Ooh, I didn't even realize that was him. That's probably why they're getting rid of it.
I mean, it's been a while.
But it's been a while.
We know.
Well, you know, it takes them a while to do it.
No, we know it. Splash Mountain's still splashing over in Japan, honey.
And I went on it, honey.
Well,
but it was fun. It's so cute.
Yeah. Listen, when are you riding Princess Tati's Bayou Dip?
Oh God, hopefully soon. I mean, next time I go, I'm thinking hopefully spring.
Yeah.
You know, I always just magically end up there like around my birthday time.
Right. And it just so happens that we have a birthday in the same month. So.
But we're not the same side.
Yeah. Thank God.
Thank God.
Well, on that note.
The Zodiac is the number 1.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay. Well.
And I'm number 2, baby, because I'm the shit.
The number 2. Literally. Well, Mr. Poopy Pants over here.
Mr. Poop. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Wow, this is fun. Are we just gonna like keep cheersing every time we say something stupid? Great, love that.
All right.
And we're back.
So what else?
Speaking of champagne,
yes, indeed.
Lounges in 2025.
Honestly, that is something I'm very excited about.
Oh, I know you are.
I love to drink.
You love to drink. You're. And now everybody's gonna think you're an alcoholic. Oh, you're not an alcoholic, but you just like to have fun.
Sure.
She's a party girl.
Yeah.
With a bad habit. Bad habit for drugs.
Yep. She loves to root all the boys. Anyway.
Yeah, just kidding. Maybe cut that. I don't know.
Cut that out, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so there's 2 lounges coming to Walt Disney World this year.
I love it.
Epcot, Spaceship Earth
Lounge, which is coming sooner.
And then your favorite, which you're very excited for, I know.
I'm so hype about
the
it.
Pirate Lounge.
Yes.
See, I'm just kind of like whatever about these.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not like whatever. Like, I think it has potential, but I'm also like, I don't know. Like, I guess.
So let me help you reframe your thinking. This is why I'm excited about it, is because I feel like you are so usually going with your family, which involves like young children, multi-generational, whatever, and you're trying to like meet a bunch of needs with that. I've gone so many times solo now, or like just with my husband, where I'm like, yeah, I am just trying to like drink and have fun. So like it's nice to have those options. Epcot less so, because like you can drink anywhere, throw a rock and hit 50 places to drink in Epcot. But Magic Kingdom is really where it's gonna like you're gonna feel the difference, because you cannot drink booze in Magic Kingdom unless you're at a table service restaurant. So unless you're at like Tony's or like Liberty Tavern or any of those places, but otherwise it's not like you can go walk up to a cart and just like open carry a drink around like you could at the other 3. But been listening to our friends over at Main Street Dish talking about how the way they're going to do this, because it's a similar system that they have to Disneyland in California, because famously Walt was like, there will be no alcohol in my wholesome family park, and their way around that was like, well, maybe there can be a little bit.
Literally.
So apparently, and I don't quote me on the like specifics, but it basically has to do with like timed slots. It's basically like having a reservation.
Yeah.
So even though it's like a lounge, like a bar, like you can't just like show up whenever and stay as long as you want. It's like you're gonna pick a time to go. You'll go and you can stay for like 90 minutes
like
or something.
Pretty much.
Yes, yeah, and you can go and just get like 1 or 2 drinks, and then like you have to finish it before you leave, whatever. But like you know, can't just like walk out in the Magic Kingdom.
This is in New Orleans.
Like, rum. Thank God. Yeah. So I think it'll be cool. I mean, listen, I love Pirates. Like Pirates is one of my favorite attractions ever. I just think it's fun, and I think that it lends itself well to like
a tavern.
Yeah,
of course.
Like Tortuga Tavern, you know, or like the Blue Bayou restaurant in Disneyland. Like it's just so much of that imagery from the like storyline of the attraction itself. Obviously, the film franchise. Like they're always in some kind of like pub or whatever.
Drinking that run.
I mean, I think it's fun. Why not?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm looking forward to being able to have the opportunity to have a little.
I really hope that like the theming is there. I hope that there's like characters. Like I would love. Really, but like
maybe
I would maybe. I would love some like pirates to be walking around.
Give me the sexy, you know, redheaded, whatever her name is.
We want the redhead.
It's the red they want, boys. Remember from the ride?
Yes.
She's like,
R.I.P. She's
get him the rum. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yo ho.
Yeah. During the fire scene, or right before the fire scene. Yeah. I love her.
I love her too.
That would be such a good Halloween costume, honestly.
I'm sure it's been done.
I know, but like,
many
by
times.
me.
That's true. Bitch slays a Halloween costume.
Don't I?
Don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not also familiar with the Spaceship Earth theming. Is there any theming there? Like, what's that vibe?
So the reason that I'm less excited about that is just, again, I don't really feel like it's as needed in Epcot. And also, I mean, I love Spaceship Earth. It's one of my favorites. So that is cool. But like, the lounge isn't going to really be Spaceship Earth themed. It's going to literally be like the geodesic sphere themed. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not going to literally be like the story of humanity.
Right.
It's going to literally be like, ooh, triangles. Which I'm like...
Another Communicore Hall?
Literally. That's why I'm kind of like, I mean, this just looks like the like airport Radisson that you like. You know what I mean? And like,
not the Radisson.
I don't know. That's true. That's the Contemporary Hotel. Ooh. Listen.
Time and place.
If there are zero Contemporary Hotel haters, then I'm dead. Because I will take that with me to my grave. I'm sorry.
Listen, the last time I went to the Contemporary was for character dining. This was a while back with like my niece and nephews. They were young.
Chef Mickey's. Horrible. Talk about a panic attack. So overwhelming. So overstimulating. It's so much noise.
Also, just like
color, sounds.
It needs an update. Like it's like very old feeling.
Grungy.
Like, very grungy.
Yeah. Worn down.
Carpet
well
stains.
Used.
Carpet stains.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, kind of like an old, grimy smell to it.
Yeah. They said that this was for a sexy fly maiden, and it was nothing of the sort.
Nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So those are the lounges.
Yeah.
I think we're like nearing the end of the list, honestly. But new test track.
Epcot. Test track for me is like take it or leave it. I'm not a hater. I think it's fine, but I'm also never really like. I'm not waiting in line for that. I'm not like bending over backwards to do it. Like it's not like a never skip. I'm like it's fine.
I feel the same way.
I haven't missed it since it's been closed. I'm like whatever.
Yeah, no. I think I loved the first iteration as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was great. The update was kind of weird and like kind of just like sterile. Like to me, it just felt kind of bland and like nothing was really happening. But I'm excited. I feel like the rumor is that this is going to be like a great update. Like so with like a whole new vibe. I think they're playing homage to the original World of Motion. All of that. I'm not really sure how, but
all right.
I hopes. I loved Test Track as a kid. Loved it.
Yeah, and I think that's per our conversation before about like Autopia is like those kind of car rides are made for kids and like tweens because it's like, oh wow, cool, I'm really driving a car.
Well, you're not driving in Test Track.
Yeah, but it's still fun because you're going fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like whatever about it. I'm sure it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
I'll get around to it when I do. I'm not like rope dropping to like go over and race to do it. It's like
no. It's like if I get the chance and it's the wait's not like 10 hours long. Sure.
But it always is for some
always
reason.
Is.
I'm like, it's not even that fun. Whatever.
Could you pay for a lighting lane for it? I think you can, right?
Would you?
I mean, no, probably not.
There it is.
At this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would say for the big things then of Walt Disney World, that's kind of it. But over on the West Coast.
The West Coast, obviously, the 70th for Disneyland.
Big deal.
In May, which is a big deal.
I was at the 60th. That was when I lived there.
The first time I went was at the 50th.
Beautiful.
I know. I can't believe it was 20 years. I feel so old.
Yeah.
Because I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, God.
That makes me want to die.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
But
I was fresh out of grad school, so that makes sense.
Yeah. The 50th was really magical.
I still remember the like motif.
The gold. Just like
60 was silver. It was all like silver and purple.
Yeah. The castle, I just remember, was like shimmery gold. That's when they like literally changed the color scheme of the castle from like it used to be like kind of like Cinderella castle, like pale gray and like a light pink on the top, and then they like made it super like vibrant and like gold accents.
Beautiful.
That was like a big deal.
Yeah.
And now it's still that way, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, like 70's not like the biggest, sexiest. I'm sure they'll go hard for 75. Like in like
I think
5
so
years,
too.
I
think 75 is a bigger one, but the new Walt animatronic is coming. Mixed feelings about that from the general public. Little controversial. I don't know.
Did you see the Disney 100 exhibit when it was here in Philly?
I didn't end up going.
So
I wanted to.
So it's interesting. The reason I bring it up is because the intro to that exhibit it was like an AI Walt Disney.
Like a hologram. They said hologram, right? Like that's how it was described.
Yeah, which I feel like is very generous.
Loose
hologram. I'm like, it was literally a projection on a screen. I'm like, I feel like hologram implies some Star Wars shit where it's like 3-dimensional and you're like, really? Oh my god, wow. I mean, literally, it's just someone like a projection screen on a screen. But yes, it was a hologram.
Why do they do it? They do us so dirty sometimes.
I'm like, don't pull the wool over on me, honey.
No.
I may have been born at night, but it was not last night.
Yeah, I've been born, but not yesterday.
But I haven't died yet.
That's
wait and see.
I've been through.
Indeed. Anyway, I'll say this. This is one of my like potentially polarizing, just general like Disney adult takes that I have, which is like, I'm not here for like the Walt Disney worship.
You're
like,
the opposite
of the man. Like, I mean,
I'm not here to worship him, but I used to like. I respect him so much. Like,
yeah, that's fine. Did I say I didn't respect him?
No.
Okay.
You're implying.
No, I'm not. I just think that, like, look, it's wonderful that like we have all of this stuff like because of him, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I just think in general, it's not really a good idea to ever really worship one man.
You're so right.
Anyway,
you're so right.
Like, am I glad that we have electric cars and like Tesla revolutionized them or whatever? That's great. But do I worship Elon Musk? Absolutely fucking not. So there's that. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's so much stuff, especially in those early years of like Disney, that's like so problematic that I'm like, I can't even, and not even just like, oh well, it was a different time. I'm like, no, it was even then, it was not okay.
It was not great. Yeah, no.
Like, so to me, I'm kind of like, I don't know, like, yes, it's cool, but so much of the stuff that I love now, I'm like, yes, he created an environment for that to happen, but generations later, like, I'm celebrating like Michael Eisner's Disney and like Bob Iger's Disney.
The artists at Imagineering, like decades later.
Exactly. Like the Disney Renaissance, like the 80s and 90s, like of it all. And yes, it's wonderful that Disneyland exists and none of those things would happen without that. And the studios that came, you know, Snow White, everything before that. But like the fixation and obsession with like this man, I'm kind of like, all right. I mean, come on.
It's all started by a mouse.
Indeed it was. And that's what he says in his hologram.
And he says it in his hologram. So we should just listen to him and not really focus on him, maybe.
Sure.
But I honestly think I think in his own words, he said, do not, like, make an animatronic of me.
Yeah, he said a lot of things in his own words.
I mean, he did. So, I mean, I
have a couple of words to call you and me, if you know what I mean.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Homo sapiens?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a Jew, too, so forget it, yeah. Do you wonder why I feel the way I do? Anyway.
So, yeah, it's, like, kind of surprising to me that they're like, yeah, we're just going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that kind of shit all the time, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, it could be great, and, you know, it could be, like, the best animatronic ever, and it could feel, you know, authentic and real. I mean, they're using his words.
I'm sure it will be beautiful and like, very advanced.
Yeah, it is kind of like weird.
Yeah. It's interesting because I remember in grad school I studied nonprofits, and there was this whole thing about how like founders of nonprofits can like govern them from the grave, because if their will isn't airtight, then like there's so much room for wiggle room and interpretation. And I'm sure that's how they've gotten away with being able to do this. He may have said, like, I don't want my likeness used for a robot. And then they said, well, an animatronic is not the same as a robot, so I guess we can use an animatronic. You know what I mean? Like, there's always weird, tricky, like, which, like, just feels... We get into the whole debate of, like, well, what is the original intent? What is he... Did he mean all of those things, or does he mean just the word that he said? Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All that is to say, I'd rather watch a Princess Tati animatronic than this old white dude smoking a cig and rambling on. So who cares?
Did he smoke cigs or was it cigars?
I don't know, but every old picture of him they cleaned up digitally. There's so many pictures of him literally standing like this, but without a cigarette in his hand, and you're like, you're smoking a cig there. They just like photoshopped it out.
You're 100%
fully smoking a cig.
I mean,
anyway,
different times.
Beggar? I don't know.
What are we saying here, Beggar? Work with me.
Truly. Well, on that note, we'll be right back.
Wait, let me see if that's the end of the list. Well, Beyond Big Thunder construction starts, but
it's not even really like anything to talk about.
It's not. I mean, the rivers of America will be destroyed.
Yep.
You know, it kind of is like symbolic as to just how we're treating our world. You know.
Sure.
Paved paradise to put up a parking lot.
But allegedly, the whole Cars thing is going to be about like national parks.
Well, honey, they better make sure they hit it.
You know what? To be honest with you, now that I'm saying that out loud, I bet you that has to do with like funding, because I'm sure that if they're like, oh, it's a tribute to America's national parks, they can get federal grant funding for it. To be like,
probably
it's
true.
Honoring America's national whatever. Whoop-de frickin' do.
Great. So now I have to ride on a freaking talking car. A hillbilly? Just hillbilly.
No thanks. Yeah. Well, on that note.
Yeah.
Well, we'll really be right back. And we're back. So we've come to that very special time in every episode where we play our favorite little game, which is called
Drink or Drag.
Would you like to explain the rules to our listeners?
No.
Okay.
You explain them.
Sounds good. So basically, we're going to talk about something kind of that's going on in the broader culture, and we're going to ask our dear co-host if they would like to drink to that thing and toast to it and celebrate it, or drag that thing because it's
drag it to hell
and deserves to be dragged to hell.
Period.
So who's going to go first this week?
I'll go first.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so my drink or drag is an Avatar land coming to DCA. Specifically, the location.
Okay.
Like, going into DCA. How do you feel about it? Are you drinking it or dragging it?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to say drag.
Ooh.
Because we've talked about this before. California Adventure just feels so
mishmash.
It's like Hollywood Studios on the West Coast. It's just like, what is your identity? Like, what is the through line of all of this stuff? I get when it first started, it was supposed to be California, but very quickly went off the rails because I always point to, why the hell is the Little Mermaid ride there? What does that have to do with California in any way, shape, or form?
The host of Cali, I guess.
Sure. So I'm like, Avatar being there, well, famously,
that makes no sense.
Pandora is in West Covina, so yeah, it makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. For me, that feels, and I also am like, I mean, look, Avatar's cool, but I'm not like an Avatar girly. Like, I'm not like a stan. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
So I'm gonna drag it.
I love Avatar, and I love Pandora and Animal Kingdom so much. I think it's like a perfect land.
Brilliant.
But I agree. I feel like, what are we doing here? Like, why in DCA? If anything, like, I mean, honestly, unfortunately, I don't even really believe it like goes in either park in California.
No.
I mean, I think there's so many different IPs that they could utilize and like build something brand new and like, I don't know. Why are we beating a dead horse here? Like, why are we like doing more of the mishmash vibe? Like, now it's just going to be an adventure park. Like, what does that even mean?
Leave that to Universal, like Epic Universe, which I feel like they had such an elegant solution to that. I love the idea of the like Chronos and you enter through a tunnel and
I think it's genius. I think it's
brilliant.
Genius.
I mean, it's such a cool thing. It obviously borrows the iconic spoken wheel Disney model, but made it their own in a very unique way. And I'm like, if we're doing that, like now Disney's like Adventure Park in Paris, like I don't know. I'm like, that's Adventure where you should be doing like, you know, these Avatar kind of things.
I
like,
agree.
or one of the Asia parks. Like, I could see it maybe happening in, like, Hong Kong or Shanghai or something.
Oh, yeah,
like
I could see that. The rumor is that it's literally going in, like, the Hollywood backlot area. Wow. That area, which, honestly, to me is even weirder because, I mean, the transition from the entryway to then, like, it, like, literally being Avatar, like, right on your left, like, that seems absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll allow us. We don't know.
I mean, I'm sure the land itself will be beautiful.
Great. Yeah.
But again, it's like those transitions are so hard. It feels so like, I get that people were up in arms when it came to Animal Kingdom, but it's a nice, smooth transition. You walk over a bridge.
And I mean,
like,
you know, I guess they kind of like broadly, you know, it goes with the whatever the like mission statement is of the park, kind of like conservation, whatever, you know,
interacting
loosely,
with the natural world.
Sure. So like, I could see it there. But
California Adventure. Yeah, no, it's a drag.
Well, that's fine.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so mine is, and I'm basing this off of some conversations we've had in the past. Drink or drag the new Reflections Wilderness Lodge Resort coming to the Magic Kingdom area resorts.
I mean, I am going to drink to that because, I mean, I just think that area in general is like incredible. And I feel like
love it.
Seeing the Polynesian, the new tower there,
gorgeous.
I was very pleasantly surprised just seeing like the footage and like the pictures coming out of there. Like it looks incredible. Like, it looks honestly better than I could have ever imagined. So, I mean, I have high hopes for it, and I love the Wilderness Lodge. I love that area. I love the theming. Like, it's just, it really feels like you are in like a national park somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think it could be great. I'm excited for it. So
me too.
Ears to it, honey.
Yes. Listen, I agree because I had never stayed in the Wilderness Lodge until this year, and it's always been like on the bucket list. And staying there fully lived up to the hype. It was, obviously stunningly gorgeous inside, and the smell-o-vision of it all and everything. And like, I agree, just that it's very immersive. Once you kind of like cross back into those grounds, you would never believe that you're like only, whatever, a quarter mile from like Cinderella's castle and like Tomorrowland. It's so crazy. Like, so, I mean, the idea of them expanding that, I think is really smart because there's so much there, like, for them to work with. And I also love a resort that has kind of a choose your own adventure style situation where it's like, do you want to be in one of the cabins? Do you want to be in like a tower? Do you want to be in like a traditional hotel room? Do you want to literally camp? Like, there's so much that you can do.
Honestly,
it's so cool.
I feel like a dream of mine really is to be in a cabin, like staying in a cabin on the grounds. Yeah, like, I mean, they're the new ones, especially, like, they're really nice. Like, I definitely want to do that someday.
So, question then: would you rather stay in one of those or a bungalow in the Polynesian?
Ooh, a bungalow. I mean, I don't know. Hard.
I mean, the cabins are on the water. The cabins are on the like causeway that's there. I got to ride past them in the little friendship.
So, like, they're literally on.
It's literally the same as the bungalow, but the theming is different.
Oh my god, shut up! I thought they were like in the woods, kind of. Well, there are some in the
woods.
There are, right?
Yeah. So there's like the Boulder Ridge versus the Copper Creek. They're like different. Yeah. But they have ones that are basically like a copy paste of like the bungalows, but the theming is different. So it's like the bungalow is sort of like tropical.
Dang. Honestly, then maybe, I mean, it depends, because I know that those bungalows at the Polynesian have like incredible views. You can see the fireworks.
That is very cool.
That's kind of like the selling point there. But if I were to kind of want to be like secluded a little bit, feel like I was like not necessarily in like Disney World and like have like a moment of like peace and quiet, then the Wilderness. I think it just depends on my mood, honestly.
Yeah, because it's got the same, like, there's like a screened-in porch that's like adjacent to the kitchen living area, and then you have a private hot tub.
A hot tub.
So, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
My personal like aesthetic is more Wilderness Lodge. Yeah. Like, I like the like rustic of it all, and being a northeasterner, like whatever.
Appalachia.
Yeah. But Apacha.
Apacha.
Indeed. But I think, I want to say both.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I like about the Poly. Same thing, the kind of choose your own adventure of it all. It's like, do you want to stay in a traditional hotel room? Do you want to stay in a bungalow on the water? Do you want to stay in a tower now?
Do you want to spend like $1,000 to stay in a bungalow? I mean, sure.
Yeah,
maybe.
I do. Yeah. Well, that's a good one. Well, friends. I think that's our episode for the week. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Make sure that you follow and subscribe to Ears to It on all social medias and here wherever you're listening or viewing this. And we'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.